You're welcome back to Business Morning. Earlier on, we heard from the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Mr. Oscar Onyema, talking about the initiatives that the authorities of the exchange plan to put into play this year. And one of the things he said was that the exchange would go ahead with the demutualization. Of course, the issue of derivatives, we are seeing that the NS said it will focus on developing that part of the market, and it will also try to monetize the market service. Part of what it also said was to help to finance capital projects in the economy. Of course, we're expecting more companies, we're expecting more government or state government to come to the market to raise bonds. And so the NSC said it will be ready to assist in any way possible to ensure that the economy moves forward and we're able to achieve our growth targets. Okay, let's bring in Rotimi Fake-George, CEO, Enterprise Capital, as he discusses these issues with us on the show. Good morning, Rotimi.
Good morning, Harry.
Okay. Is Bolaji speaking, Rotimi? I just wanted to give me your thoughts about what Mr. Oscar Onyema spoke to you about and your other colleagues on the floor of the exchange yesterday.
Well, it was a very memorable one yesterday, even at the time that the market is bleeding profusely. And, well, in spite of all of the happenings within the market in the last 2 weeks, he told us about the plans of the exchange in the year 2016. And he's very hopeful that even we'll begin to see more things happening with development of the derivative market in the 2016 plan, and also the plan for the exchange to be fully demutualized before the end of 2016. The machinery has already been put in place in 2015, and works had already been going on. And that, to me, this definitely this year will mark a milestone in the history of the Nigerian Stock Exchange because of the demutualization. And as it is right now, the exchange is as worried and troubled about the situation of the market as well as investors are. And the most probable thing at this point in time is for people to remain resilient and also not to allow panic to take over completely. So he is very hopeful about things to come, and the stockbroking community, the operators, are ready to give him every necessary support. And also the exchange is poised to actually continue to take the Nigerian capital market higher. So we are all on the same platform, and we're definitely going to work together to see many of the dreams, all of the dreams that he has told us about achieved in the year 2016.
Okay, Mr. Onyema highlighted the fact that the recovery in the stock markets may be hinged on the growth, or rather the recovery in the global economy. But how soon do you think we will see a recovery in the global market, global economy, which will impact positively on our markets?
Well, I think for a lot of things that are happening around here now, is not limited to Nigeria alone. I think as yesterday, the oil price was about $27, and some like JP Morgan research is saying that it's likely to come down to $20 per barrel, and that portends a lot for Nigerian economy and also for the stock market. The bleeding presently is unprecedented, and is really taking a toll on the market. But for recovery, for me, the way it is, the recovery will not quickly, but I see a good recovery towards third quarter of the year. And what may just primarily continue to linger for now is maybe a little stability, a little upward movement, and the downward trend. We saw the market coming down to in year 2012. The OSHA index was at about 20,000 basis points. Presently, right now, the market is doing about 23,624, and that is really, really very terrible. So we are very, very much concerned about this, and but we hope that we see something happen. We've seen Transcorp, for instance, having traded at about 7 naira at the time, come down to bubble, and later we saw it at 6 naira. So if an investor does not have any need for immediate cash now from the stock market, I would just implore that they should hold on to the stocks that they have, even if they may not take new positions for now. But the most important thing is the market definitely will recover, even as it may not be immediate, but at least towards the third quarter and fourth quarter of the year.
The NSE boss talked about the introduction of the derivatives market, and that is adding some kind of sophistication to the equities market itself. How prepared are your colleagues in this respect, and of course the investing public, to the issue of derivatives markets?
We've had some exchange-traded products, and those ones have not really tried much. But the liability I'm seeing in that is that we need to do more education to the investors, because the investors are the ones that will patronize these products. So I think in the stock exchange has realized some gap in the products that had earlier been introduced, which have not really given the desired result. So they are definitely going to do a lot of education, investors education, vis-a-vis the derivatives that they introduced. But for my colleagues, I think every one of us is eager to have more products to be traded on in the stock market. So it is all a welcome idea to the operators, and we believe that when the products are here, we are poised and ready to actually take it to the investors and make sure that the products are successful.
Okay, very briefly, Rotimi, before I let you go, how do you think the markets will close and the final trading day for the week? We saw how the bloodletting has continued on the equities markets. How do you think the final trading day will be like? Will there be a change?
Well, for what is already in place right now in the market is already doing 2.34% negative. And the major laggards still remain Dangote Cement, Guaranty Trust Bank, and Zenith Bank. And I think for these three, they hold at least more than close to 40% of the market. And if the trend continues for them today, I think the market will definitely close at this position of negative 2.34%. But should there be any turnaround, which is at least most unlikely for today, we hope for turnaround, but it's most unlikely. The market may just close flat. But for what it is right now, which is at a 2.34% negative, I think it may just continue that way today.
Okay. Thank you, Rotimi, for talking to us on the program.